(9:45 a.m.) Raining harder now. Flooding more too. About 10:15 a.m. and the rain has stopped. But it's still flooding. Cows still eating grass. And they're still eating hay. Well, at least it stopped raining. I got an inch and a half. The creek didn't flood over its bank, so that's good. But this flooded. That's what I'm going to have taken care of. I've got dug out where you can start to see the water flowing from there all the way down to the other end. I want this water to be flowing down there and not through here. 10:45 a.m. and the storm has passed. I'm right there. It stopped raining where I am. That's good. Inch and a half is enough. Well, it's back up to 40 degrees at 11 a.m. cool down a little bit during the rain. Yeah, 11 a.m. and the sun came out. It's only been about less than an hour since the rain stopped. I hear some geese. I hear them. I don't see them. There they are. There's two of them. Yeah. I guess they're looking for a place to nest. A pair of them. Yeah, the water receded a little bit. Went down. Still water flowing through there though. I can see it. That's why I gotta eliminate when they dig that ditch out. Or stream, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Yeah. Hay bale's still there. Let's take a look at that drainage down there. Since it's not raining no more. That sure is a big change in an hour. Less than an hour. Water's still flowing through there, but not as much as it was before. Yeah. But it just can't get out that way anymore. Yeah. But the whole thing needs to be dug out. They're going to bring a culvert that I'm buying from them. 11 footer, they said. 12 inch by from the inside of the hole. And 11 foot. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to buy it from them. And then I'm going to have them put it right there and then take that mound of dirt and drop it down, cover it up. It should work. Then I'll put those two railroad ties over there across the ends. Yeah, like I did over there on that one. Although those are 10 inches. Yeah. But that 12 inch should work good too, since it's more water going through there. Okay. Now I'm going to take the ATV. It's too wet for the truck out in the big pasture. I'm going to take the ATV out there and take a look at that culvert out there and see what it looked like. Hopefully it didn't wash away. Okay. Yeah. The water's flowing out. All this water here now flows out that way. Over there. I want it to flow, majority of it, I want it to flow out that way. And it meets up with a ditch over there and goes behind that pond dam and it flows out to the creek instead of going through here. Yeah, just makes a mess. But anyway, still a little windy and the wind's kind of chilly, but at least the sun's out, so that's the main thing. Looks like the rain's over for a while. For a few days anyway. Look at the cattle. They're just trying to dry off and cool off and warm up from that cold rain they had. They were out in that rain. Anyway, at least that's still there. It didn't wash away. I'm guessing most of the water came down that ditch. I can't see that ditch today. I dug it up there. That ditch was already there when I put that culvert in, this bottom part. It could be cleaned out, but I'll do that later. I wanted to see how the water flowed first. And it looks like I had to dig it out there so the water wouldn't go out that way. I wanted the downspout to go out in that ditch that I dug up there, go down to the culvert and then go out. So let's see what it did. I'm guessing the water came down there. Doesn't look like I'll get too many runs there. And I think it came out here. I got that log in there because I didn't want to mess with the dirt yesterday so much. That's holding that log up. And the soil was so loose. I'm gonna figure out a different way to hold that up, but I think I need to put a stop in there. Some kind of wooden stop or something. Yeah. But if that log works, it works, and the water can still go underneath it, so that's good. And then what it was, the water comes out and it goes out that way. Just try to stay away from this bale, because this bale gets water from another location. Yeah, the ditch I dug on the side of that, the water comes out there, and then it comes down there where this tire is, and then it goes into this ditch that I dug up here. But right there, that part was really like that, but the water's going through it. This still gets wet, but not as much. Yeah, I think it's working pretty good. Like I said, I gotta work on that support for that log on the other side, but it works. There's still water coming down this branch from the garden, which is, I knew it was, and that's kind of why I started feeding bale here. Yeah, the water coming down right there. You can see it flowing right now. Water's flowing right there. I can see water flowing, coming down here, goes out that way, so that'll help slow the erosion. Besides, the cattle like to eat here anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna head out to the big pasture. See what that culvert looks like. This one looks like it's working good. Just over 1.5 inches. Pretty good. I thought they were only calling for a 1/4 inch or less, but we got what we got. ATV's got a new saddle because the other one's wet and drying out. Oh, the wind's cold. We're on the ATV now. Going on top and check the culvert. Well, about there, I'll check the hay too. Cattle are eating grass, so there's nothing wrong with them. Look at that. Truck didn't even make a mark. I drove on it. I backed down there this morning while it was raining, and I drove out again. Just back down to there. It didn't even make a mark. How about that? So that's good. Well, it did make a track in the wet mud though, right there. It looks like the water's higher than it was this morning. Yeah, of course I got more rain since then. But it hasn't rained in over about 2 hours now, so. But it's probably still raining upstream. It's all flowing into this one. Yeah, it's higher than it was this morning. I think I came out around 8:30 this morning, somewhere around there. Yeah, and that water's it's starting to go over the bridge, but I think it's going to go down now. It's just pumping out. It wasn't pumping out like that this morning. Yeah, that was like 4 hours ago. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the creek is higher than this morning. The water is going over, just slightly. See it? It's coming out there, and then it's going across. It's flowing over the edge a little bit. Yeah. So it is running across the bridge, just so slightly. So I'm glad I pulled that log over to the side. Yeah, it was stuck right in through here, so that helped. Yeah. That's still okay. Yeah, water's pumping through that culvert now. And Yeah, this water's higher than it was this morning. But I think it's at its maximum right now. I think it's, since it stopped raining, I think it's going to go down now. Yeah, it'll probably be lower by the time I come back this way. I'm just checking its level there. It's just at the, looks like it's at the top of the culvert. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad it didn't go any higher. Oh, it got cloudy again. Yeah. Sun's trying to shine, but not doing a very good job. It's up there somewhere. Somewhere it's up there. I feel the warmth, but the cold wind just takes it away. Look, those three calves are hanging out together there. Yeah. Yeah, just right about, I don't know, in there. That's good to see. That's right. Hang loose. Hang together. It's for safety. I had to cough. You know, two of them got up. There's still a third one laying there. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of them must be around the corner. But I'm not really checking them today. I'm checking the culvert at the top pond. Oh, it's just going down the hill now over there. He was up here. He just headed down now. Yeah. He's over there somewhere. Yeah. He's scratching on the tree. Well, there's still 3 bales standing. The first one they already, I knew they were going to roll it out some more through here. I thought they were going to roll it all the way down the hill, but looked like they rolled it here when I was here, and then since I left, they rolled it this far. Now there's still 3 bales standing. Next week I'm just going to feed them 3 bales since they got grass to eat. I already got it staged for the next 2 weeks. And that's the hay from the, this here is 2023 hay. Yeah. Well, sun came out for a second. Now it's gone again. Anyway, that's the last of the 2023 hay. Yeah. Yeah, I got 3 bales set up for next week. Yeah, well, I guess I mean next weekend, should I say? Next weekend. Today's Sunday. Next weekend, I'll feed those 3, and then I got another 3 for another week after that. Since they got some grass to eat, I figure 3 is all they need. And that's all that hay down there. That's all the hay from 2024. Yeah. Yeah. That should last them another week. Yeah. Especially now that you're eating grass. But I'm giving them this old hay because I don't want them to eat the grass too fast. I want it to grow up, get a chance to grow a little bit. I want the grass to get ahead of the cattle for a little while. Anyway, this hay should help that. Well, that's where I'm headed, over there to that end of that pond. Well, there's that pond. I guess I'm out here. I guess I'll check the fences too. Yeah. Anyway, at the dam, water comes in from that direction. That's where I put the culvert. Just this side of that white jug, right where that right jug is. Actually, I could see the yellow. I could see a yellow pole over there that I got next to it. So that's where the water comes in. Yeah, I put a culvert there, and I got to get some work done with some dirt to cover it up, so I don't get stuck with my truck there when it's wet. At least that's the plan, anyway. I was plugging in my spare battery, and look who shows up. Here comes the candles. The rest of them are down there in that low spot down in the bottom. But that's not the cat. That's not the calf's mother. That's the calf's older brother. from last year. That's how big he grew. Yeah, that calf is his little sister. Ain't you? Yeah. I guess they come up here to get some new grass. Yeah. Yeah, the others are down there, but they're gonna make their way up. That's where I would like to put a road, but there's a lot of trees to be pushed down to do that. So that job will have to wait if it ever get done. That hill's less steep. Oh, look at him go, or look her go. She's going back to her mama. Says, "Where's my mama?" Yeah, that's a less steep hill than the one that I use over there. But that was partially clear when I had them push that out a long time ago. Anyway, I see a car. I guess they're going to that shed over here. Yeah, there's a red car. There's a driveway. There's a corner there going to the farm over there, over that way, and then there's a driveway that comes off of it coming this way. And they built a shed here a few years ago. So, where you going, Bully? You better not go out that gate. I got that gate open. I think I'm gonna go back and close the gate. I don't trust them. I'll go back from closing the gate. I didn't know what these guys are going to do. What's Bull been into? What's his neck? Right behind his horns there. Looks like he was in some dirt or something. I don't think that's his natural color, but it might be. His neck seems like it's all dirty. Sometimes he'll gouge the side of a hill. Just because he wants to. Yeah, the other cattle are down there in the bottom. They're still eating grass down there. All right, Bully. You come up here for some tender stuff, huh? Okay, I got something to check here before I run out of this battery. All right, check the electric on both of these fences. South fence is working good. North fence is working good. Okay. Even without the sun shining, it's working good. Solar power. Yeah, sun's trying to shine, but it's not getting out from behind the clouds yet. Yeah, but I see some little bitty purple flowers. I mean, they're so small. Yeah, very small. Yeah, I'll get a closer view, but right next to my charger. Yeah, they're all over the place. There's some there, there's some there. You're scattered. Let me get a closer view. Hey, yeah. Not much to speak of, but at least they add some color to the grass. Yeah, sun's just can't break through the clouds yet. I guess there wasn't enough grass for them. They're back on eating the bale over there. Yeah, they're back to eating the bales. But that's okay. That's what I set them up for, because I know the grass ain't big enough yet. In April, when warm weather comes in April, yeah, grass will be growing good then. And then it'll really shoot up in May. It'll start to go to seed in May. Too many distractions. Now I got to go do what I came out here to do. Check that culvert. Oh, those two railroad ties are still there. That's good to see. I think I'm going to bring some more of them T-posts, or not T-posts. I'm going to bring some kind of those smaller fence posts. And I'm going to put them on the ends of those logs on the outside, so when they push the dirt, lay the dirt down, the logs won't get slid over. They'll have some kind of a brace. They're made out of rebar, so that should work. I won't need the yellow poles on them, but I probably could. I got a few more. Yeah. Anyway, I got some water here. I still haven't decided. I was just going to have them take this dirt here, these two mounds, and just put that in there, and I figured I'd just let the water find its own way out. But to do it right, I probably should put some kind of a drainage pipe in there underneath everything. That's what I should do, because there's some water coming down that branch on this side, and I don't think once I put dirt here, I don't think the water from here can go around it. It'll have to go over the top. So I'll have to see about getting some of that. I know how much I need, 30 feet. I'll have to think about what to do there. I better do it before they get, because they're going to be coming here sometime soon to start this job here. I want them to do this job first anyway, so maybe I'll get a roll of that, what do they call that? The perforated, yeah, drainage pipe, yeah. That way the water can go through it and soak down in it too. Well, with the water here, I could see where the natural water wants to flow right through here. Yeah, I thought it would come out over here, but it's going that way. So I'd probably start up here, dig my trench there for the pipe. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta get it first though. I'm not gonna put it deep, just enough for that small pipe. What is it, 4-inch? I think 1 should be enough. The water from here is coming down here. I see some water flowing there, a little bit. I think it comes out right here. I see water flowing right here. Yeah, I thought the majority of it went over that way, and it probably is. That looks like the deeper one. But I see water flowing that way. So the water's still going. Could be coming in from over there. Probably comes in from over there too. So once they add some dirt here, yeah, hopefully it'll channel it all back to this one. But I can see the water flowing. Actually, it's going in underneath the pipe. Yeah. But that water there though, I think it's flowing out of there. Yeah, I can see it. It's flowing there. It's coming down that little branch. So that has to be filled in, and hopefully the water from there will go this way. If not, what I'll do is once it's all filled in, I'll make sure that's higher. What's the height of those logs anyway, and I'll dig a trench on the outside there to channel all the water from there this way, and probably, oh, that's too much to do. I think that's even lower. Yeah, but I'll channel this one too. I'll channel this water here. It's coming through here. I'll dig a ditch so it goes out into the main one. Yeah. But at least the culvert's still there. And I'll wash some of my dirt out. Oh, it's flowing good. Flowing good out of here. Water's coming in from somewhere. Yeah, the water's coming in from over that direction. Could be some coming from there, but I think this water here is coming from in there. But I think there's some water coming from there, and it goes into where the pipe is, probably coming underneath the pipe. But it's flowing. That's the main thing. And once I get all this filled in with dirt, raise it up, hopefully the water will still find its way through this pipe. And I'm gonna put a pipe. Oi. I still think if I put the pipe there, because that looks like it's lower. Why it's going that way, I don't know. This looks lower, but I guess there's a big mound there. I'll still come in like this. Yeah, I think it'd be easier to dig. I don't want to come out over here. I don't want to keep closer to the hill. Right where that green onions are, and then here, because it flows into the pond. Here. Yeah, anything to control the water flow. Pond's muddy now. Anyway, at least the culvert's still here. Yeah, I got to. All that's left to do here is I got to find me a long perforated drainage pipe to put underneath everything, and then he'll just cover it up. That's the first thing he can cover up. Yeah, I got to eliminate this wet spot too. But I don't want a big culvert like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. Actually, if they make the dirt high enough, like from where the ATV is, from there, and make it even higher, as high as this or higher than this, the water will have to back up there and come around to here. Same thing here. Make it up to at least to the yellow pole. Yeah. That should work. At least the water's flowing good through here. Okay, I'm gonna check the other side. Yeah, that's what needs to be done. Those 2 mounds of dirt there, and the mound goes all the way to the edge of the pond here, so they can take all that. Yeah, all that. It's raised up. Don't need to be that high. It needs to start there at the back of the ATV and come all the way up to, at least this yellow pole, if not higher. Yeah. Yeah, need it raised up there. That should help. Yeah, I'm going to get me a drainage pipe that goes underneath, just to help channel any excess water to go underneath that dirt. Yeah, that should help. Yeah, it doesn't have to be as big as this one. Yeah, we'll see. It should, at least it'll be better than it is now. Yeah, I'm glad they built this pond. 2012, there was a big drought. I mean, it was drought. Actually, if I can remember right, the mama cow, that's a mother of 6 calves here, she was born in 2012 in September, I think. That's I was like toward the end of the drought. I remember. No, that was her mama. No, her mama was born. That's right. Not her mama. I thought that was too early. Yeah. The mama cow's mama was born in 2012. Yeah. I already lost her. She got I was using a different bull then. Yeah. I think it was what do you call it? Marky Gianna back then. And I don't know, he always threw big calves. Yeah, I think that calf got stuck in her. She couldn't push it out, and I didn't get to her soon enough. But that was after she had about 4 or 5 calves already. This mama cow's mama, not the mama cow that here, but her mama. Yeah. But anyways, that's how I started with her. Yeah. But she wasn't bred by it. Those. I mean, the mama cow is the mom. I can't remember I forgot who the mama cow's sire is. It could be Bully. Now I think about it, it could be Bully. I'll have to go back and look at my records. Looks like I need to raise up the end on that one too. It's a little bit too low on this. The other end's okay, it looks like, but not this. This end is low. I'll probably wait until they get some dirt there, then I can work with it while they're doing it. I can raise it up with some of the dirt that they lay down. Anyway, I'm ready to go back to the house. Seen what I needed to see. Yeah, I gotta keep an eye on this one. I like her. She's small, but I think she'll still make a good cow. I like her look. Yeah. So you got the white of the Quinina, Romanola, and Marquigiana from the bull side. So she's still got the Highland in her. Who I got here? Oh, mama cow just came out of the woods. Where you headed? You want to get a drink or something? That bully's coming back too. Okay, I'm gonna head home. I've done enough today. Oh yeah, I forgot my train of thought. I'm pretty sure this one's pregnant, although she's not too far along yet. I think she's still got a few more months at least, not more. I'd say sometime this summer. Yeah. Right, girl? I heard some babies somewhere somewhere out there. Where'd Mama Cow go? Oh, she just went there to eat. That's all. Bully, I think he's gonna check out Mama Cow. See if she's in heat yet. Yeah. No, this one here, this heifer here, she's making an udder. It's just she's 3 years old this year, this spring, so she's bound to have a calf eventually. Just a question of when. What are you checking out now? Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was. She's already bred. She's already having a calf somewhere. She's making an udder. What are you doing, heifer? I thought she was pregnant. No, you're throwing my schedule out of whack. Yeah, she's ready. Unless that's what they look like when they're 3 years old. But it looks like her udder's developing a little bit. Yeah, looks like it to me. Anyway, that's just my guess. Oi, that's who was mooing. That's the Mama Cow's 5th calf from last year. Yeah, bull calf. Yeah, he's a nice one. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the house. Calf, bull calf. His 4 older sisters were girls, and he's the only bull from that cow so far. And her 6th calf was a heifer, or is a heifer. And I waited for these guys to come up. I saw them down there. That's the Mama Cow's 6th calf. That's the last calf that was born. It's hidden down behind that other calf. Yeah, there it comes. It's a boy, but it's got a pink nose, but that's okay. Yeah, that's the bull calf. And that was the first one from last year, and that's the second one from last year, April. And then that's the 3rd bull calf from last year, born in June 2. Yeah, there's still one calf. There's a red cow. Where's that red cow? I don't see her. Maybe she's over there. There's something. Could be still down there. Let me take a look. Yeah, there she is. There's a red cow with her 1st calf. That's her 1st calf, and it was the 2nd calf born this year, and that's the 3rd one. The 1st one is up there. 1, 2, 3. So far I got 3 calves, and I'm showing the low battery again. And then a cow up there, all by herself, I think. That's the mama of, where'd he go? That black calf that's behind that cow. Yeah, that's the mama of that one. And then she's supposed to have a calf sometime in maybe May or June, because that's when she had last year, in June. So that's, get away, cow. Yeah, there's a second. That's a heifer too. The first 2 are heifers, and her calf is a bull calf, which is behind her. I can't see nothing. 48 degrees Fahrenheit at 3 p.m. Well, the sun's trying to shine. Not doing a very good job, but at least it's a little bit warmer. Cattle must have been up at the barn. They're sliding down the hill now. Yeah, the ground's still pretty sticky. Yeah, even where I'm walking over here. on high ground. It's still everything's soft. An inch and a half. Let's watch them slide down the hill. Yeah. Since I diverted that water along this channel here, along the fence, to go through that culvert, I'm hoping that hill stays a little drier. But it's still wet. It's still sliding. But over time, as they dig that up, yeah, I plan to every once in a while hook up the blade when it gets all chewed up with their footprints and loosened up. Only when it's dry though. I'll take the blade like I did before the other day. What was that? I guess that was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did that. The ground was dry and I drove up and I backed it down. I got enough dirt to finish my job there on that culvert, so, and I can do it again. Keep adding more, dragging some more dirt down that hill and leave it there at the bottom to help level that out down there. But there's no hurry. I got enough to cross the culvert, I think. Yeah, I'm waiting for the other two to go down the hill, but they're not doing it. Oh well. I guess I'll check the rest of the pasture out then. Yeah. I think they want to go down, but they don't want to slide. Anyway, she's brave enough. Yeah, it's still wet. You can see a lot of water standing. But the water's not flowing anymore. Yeah, it was flowing there this morning. It rained a lot through there. That's the area I got to have it dug out. There. But because it's overflowing right there and it just floods this whole area. But I want to do this job second. The first job I want to do is the one out in the big pasture on that pond, culvert. Oh, I missed it. They did come down. As long as they don't come down in that ditch next to the fence, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I could keep scraping that hill down every once in a while. Yeah, whenever I feel like it. Like in the fall and in the spring again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that job out in the big pasture first, and then I'll have them come here do this second, and then the culvert, the new culvert on the overflow, I'll have to do that last. Okay, I guess that's all I got for today. Yeah, didn't really do nothing. I just watched the water flowing. Okay, that's it for today. I'll catch you on the next one. Yeah, I think we've got about 1 6/10 inches, or at least 1.5 inches for sure. 1 6/10 inches maybe. Oh, bully looks like he's starting to fill out. Yeah, he's looking better now. Yeah, you get that good hay and grass. He's been eating some grass, so yeah. He's looking better. He's starting to grow up. Starting to look like a bull now. Everything feels soggy. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't driven over that yet. I'll wait till it dries out. I'll probably wait until next time I need to feed him a bale. I'll bring it down here. As long as it's dry, I'm still not gonna drive on it when it's wet. Yeah. In here either, I'm not gonna drive on here when it's wet. It's gotta be dry. Yeah. Yeah. That'll last them about 2 weeks now. With the grass growing, yeah. And with the grass they got to eat, there's more grass now in the bottom. Yeah, Yeah, I'll scrape it off every once in a while, maybe twice a year. And whatever I scrape down the hill, it'll just end up down there where it'll be a better drive through. Yeah. Oh look, I just saw it. The blossoms are starting to form or open up. Whoa, somebody got chased. Yeah. Still not big enough to stand up to their picking on them, but he's getting stronger. Yeah, he's getting stronger. Yeah, pears are blooming. It should be easier to pick this year. There's even one down at the bottom, but I think once I let the cattle in here, they're gonna eat it all. There's a blossom right there in the center there, and near the bottom branches there, but that's okay. Well, I gotta go end it here. I'm just wasting time now. Anyway, at least I got my jobs done. Now I just gotta wait for the hired excavators to come and do their job. And then I gotta find the money to pay for it. We'll see. Improvements cost money.